Steve Bruce is finally sacked as Newcastle boss by new Saudi owners. Steve Bruce has finally been sacked as head coach of Newcastle United by their new Saudi-backed owners, nearly 2 weeks after they bought the club. The consortium had intended to remove the 60-year-old last week before their opening match against Spurs, knowing that to leave him in post risked the atmosphere turning toxic inside St James Park. That is exactly how it played out as supporters again turned on Bruce during a 3-2 defeat, after which captain Jamal Lascelles and teammate Isaac Hayden had to be pulled apart by staff when they clashed in the tunnel area. The new owners knew that the situation could not be allowed to fester any longer, and it was confirmed on Wednesday morning that Bruce had left the club by mutual consent. As revealed by Sportsmail, he will pocket £8 million in compensation. Graham Jones is set to take temporary charge for Saturday's trip to Crystal Palace before a permanent appointment is made. Talks are set to be held imminently with Paulo Fonseca, the Portuguese who was in charge at Roma until last summer. The Magpies are currently second bottom in the Premier League and without a win in 8 matches. 7 fourths, Paulo Fonseca 4-1, Lucien Favre 6-1, Eddie Howe 16-1, Steven Gerrard 16-1, Frank Lampard 25-1, Roberto Martinez 25-1, Fabio Cannavaro 25-1, Brendan Rodgers 25-1, Unai Emery 33-1, Jose Mourinho 33-1, Andre Villas-Boas 33-1, Antonio Conte 21, Zinedine Zidane 66-1. Graham Jones' club statement read, Newcastle United can confirm that Steve Bruce has left his position as head coach by mutual consent. He leaves the Magpies after more than 2 years in charge, having steered the club to 13th and 12th place finishes in the Premier League and reaching the quarter-final stage in both the Emirates FA Cup and Carabao Cup during his tenure. Newcastle United would like to place on record its gratitude to Steve for his contribution and wishes him well for the future. Graham Jones will lead the team on an interim basis, starting with Saturday's trip to Crystal Palace, and will be supported by the coaching team of Steve Agnew, Stephen Clements, Ben Dawson and Simon Smith. The process of recruiting a new head coach is underway, and an appointment will be announced in due course. Bruce said, I am grateful to everyone connected with Newcastle United for the opportunity to manage this unique football club. I would like to thank my coaching team, the players and the support staff in particular for all their hard work. There have been highs and lows, but they have given everything even in difficult moments and should be proud of their efforts. This is a club with incredible support, and I hope the new owners can take it forward to where we all want it to be. I wish everyone the very best of luck for the rest of this season and beyond. Meanwhile, in an interview with The Telegraph, Bruce said, I think this might be my last job. It's not just about me, it's taken its toll on my whole family because they are all Geordies, and I can't ignore that. They have been worried about me, especially my wife Jan. By the time I got to Newcastle, I thought I could handle everything thrown at me, but it has been very, very tough. To never really be wanted, to feel that people wanted me to fail, to read people constantly saying I would fail, that I was useless, a fat waste of space, a stupid tactically inept cabbage head or whatever. I tried to enjoy it and, I did. I've always enjoyed the fight, proving people wrong. I was so proud to be manager of Newcastle United, even in the dark times. The only task I was given was to keep the club up. There wasn't the money to overhaul the squad. I did my best, I will leave it to other people to judge whether I did okay or not. Bruce recorded respectable 12th and 13th placed finishes in his 2 seasons in charge, but that did not tell the full story of supporter and dressing room unrest. Sportsmail revealed in March how senior star Matt Ritchie called his manager a coward when he blamed him for not passing on his instructions to teammates before the concession of an equalizer against Wolves. This led to Bruce storming across the training pitch and physically confronting the midfielder. There were also concerns over excessive days off, training and tactics, as well as disbelief at some of what their manager said in the media. The relationship between Bruce and supporters and some of his players had broken down long before this month's £305 million Saudi-led takeover. However, previous owner Mike Ashley did not want to settle the £8 million payoff, and it was an issue inherited by Amanda Stavely and the new consortium. Their attention will now turn to appointing a replacement. We reported earlier this week how discussions had taken place with former Roma boss Paulo Fonseca, who was close to taking over at Spurs in the summer. Sources close to the Portuguese say the talks are ongoing with Newcastle and that the 48-year-old is interested in taking over. Fonseca is on a list of names still under consideration alongside the likes of Eddie Howe, Steven Gerrard, Frank Lampard and former Borussia Dortmund boss Lucien Favre.